Hello and welcome back to Cienie. We'll be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is after Tom's dad and Markus caught Tom and Otto making out. So, that was funny. But immediately after that, it got a little awkward because Tom decided to confront his father about the missing money. Which, we're gonna see the aftermath of that. But yeah, like I said, Tom and Otto were making out. It's clear that Otto really liked Tom, and Tom was into it. So it happened. You could choose not to let it happen, but it more or less is touched upon regardless. Plus, you guys probably would have wanted me to, allow it to happen anyway, so yeah. What else happened? It was a while ago since this visual novel was updated because I believe the writer had a health issue happened, and that ended up causing a delay in the visual novel, but I believe they're doing better. So yeah, good for them. What else? The investigation is still ongoing. I'm trying to remember, they went to Coamino. They had some spooks. Well, I guess Tom had some spooks. They ended up coming back, but on the way back, the loan sharks that were looking for Otto were also walking around in the woods, either looking for Otto or going to Coamino themselves for some reason. An eagle bumped into Tom, who was working for the loan shark people, and Tom had to improvise in order to get out of that situation, and they managed to get back. I don't really remember what. There was a confrontation between David and Eliash, and you get to pick either you're gonna stay with David and I think end up having pancakes. And you end up you confront David about all his lying and whatnot, and if he's gonna keep doing it, or you can just walk out when Eliash walks out and speak with him instead. And I think that also dictates who you're gonna be researching a bit more with later. So I went with David because I like David. But yeah. Then the shenanigans with Otto happened, I believe. Anyways, but yeah, so without further ado, let us continue Cienie. Dad? Yes, Tom? Did you take my money? What money? I clenched my fist and bashed it against the table. The glasses on it shake violently. For fuck's sakes, stop playing dumb. Markus and Dad's mouths go agape as they're taken aback by my outburst. Markus steps aside and folds his arms on his chest. Tom? What? I throw Markus a sharp glare. He immediately turns mum. I didn't take your money. I roll my eyes, shaking my head, as the pain finally registers. At least have the decency to admit it. Tom, I swear, I didn't take your money. I was out working the whole day. You? Working? He actually looks hurt. I turn away from him, taking a deep breath. Tom, when was the last time that you saw it? I came home just after visiting your office. It was still there when I checked. Your father had gone to work before you arrived at my office. I was the one who drove him there today. Markus lights himself a cigarette before waving the pack to Dad, who wordlessly shakes his head. Markus simply nods. Was it the money from the case? No, it wasn't. It was the money that I saved up to help Otto. I put it in my desk drawer and went to meet with David after. I swear that I never snuck into your room. I squint at him, my chest growing tighter the more that I look at him. I can't deny one thing, his alibi checks out. I let my whole weight sink into the couch as my chest deflates in defeat. Then what? Don't tell me that it just magically disappeared. Maybe you misremembered where you placed it? You do look tired. I'm not... Whatever. Can you help me look for it, please? Markus nods with a smile. Hey, Carl, do you have an ashtray? Under the coffee table. I'll make us something warm to drink. It's been a cold day. Sure. We enter my room. Markus scans around the huge mess that I've made. Wow, I'd be surprised if you can find anything here. Really, Markus? I know. He lets out a slight chuckle. Let's start with the drawers. After that, we can move on to the rest of the room. Okay. We both pull out the drawers on each side of the desk. I try to remain calm, but the frustration slowly builds up again. Finding nothing, I slam the drawer back into the desk. Calm down. It's gonna be okay. Stop saying that. It doesn't help. A sad smile tugs at Markus's mouth, but he stays focused on searching. I sigh. Acting up like a toddler doesn't help anything either. Sorry, it's just... Otto is in trouble and... Hey, it's okay. If Otto is in trouble, I'll gladly help too. He glances at me, shooting me a wink before going back to searching the drawers. God, I must be insufferable right now. Sorry. It's fine. You've been through a lot in a short span of time. That's not an excuse. I'm just... sorry. Well, in that case, I accept the apology. Let's put our detective caps on and solve this, shall we? I take a deep breath before exhaling slowly. My paw turns sweaty as I begin to pull the last drawer. Please be here, please. Nothing on my end. What about yours? I don't utter a response. Instead, I take out all the papers inside the drawer and place them on the desk. After sifting through every page, my joints lock in place. What's wrong? Tom? They're gone. What is? My notes on Camille. They're gone too. I jolt upright, my eyes darting towards the bed before shifting to the window. And then I see it. The window hinge looks horribly crooked. Markus spots it too. My blood runs cold. My pulse quickens. I nearly jump when Markus's firm paw clasps my shoulder. A break-in? The weight of his words makes it real. This isn't my imagination. Camille's silhouette flashes through my mind. Standing there. Just like that night that he followed me here. Markus then spots something wedged between the window frame and glass. A note. Markus carefully pulls it free and reads it aloud. Find them. It can't be. Camille? I blink at him, knowing he's right, but with no idea what to say. That changes things. We assumed that he had no ill intentions towards you. But this? Markus pulls out his phone. Are you calling the police? Yes. If that police gets involved, they're gonna make things worse. Like what they've done with every case on their hands. Like they did with Mom's. Shaking my head, I grasp at his hand holding the phone. I feel like Camille wants me to see something. Find someone? I don't know what any of that means. But what I know is that the police would only make things worse. But it's too dangerous for you to fend them off without any help. I can't stand by it. I'm sorry, Tom. Damn it, Markus. You know that they botched the investigation into Mom's disappearance. Please. He lets out a sigh, rubbing his temple, before stashing his phone away as I pull my hand back. I won't involve the whole department, but I'll be meeting with Igor tomorrow, so I can tell him about what transpired here and we'll decide how to proceed. Fuck. Fine then. I stare down at the note. I know Markus is right. It'll be safer if the cops at least knew what happened here. But I don't want them snooping around my room or posting a damn watch party outside my house. Sighing, I sit on the edge of the bed and bury my face in my hands, pressing my fingers against my eyes. The mattress shifts as Markus sits down beside me. Hey, we're gonna sort this out together, okay? It's okay, Markus. I'm fine. Thanks. That's when I realize my cheek is damp. I can't explain why. I don't even feel anything. Even so, my vision begins to blur. All I can see are the tears trickling onto my lap, one after another, like a leaking faucet. I quickly wipe my eyes as I try to pull myself together. Markus promptly pulls me closer, wrapping his arms around me in a tight embrace. My face presses against his chest. And that's all that it takes for the fragile facade that I've been holding up to shatter. I let go, sobbing uncontrollably. Why is everything going to shit? My voice is raspy and I feel a lump in my throat as I try to speak. Like, whatever I do, never fucking matters. No, Tom. I know you're trying your hardest. I'm so tired of this. I'm scared. I'm actually fucking scared. I just want my mom back, Markus. I know, Tom. I know. He doesn't say anything else, but he doesn't need to. Just knowing that he's here is enough. No matter how angry I am at him, I need him to stay. I don't want to be alone. Especially when my mind is going a mile a minute. I'd like to believe that Camille is actually innocent. But based on the way that he approached me and what he did, I'm not so sure anymore. The room falls silent except for the sound of the wind billowing the curtain behind me. Markus keeps holding me as he gently pats my back. We stay like this for a while. I don't know how long I've been crying. Eventually, it all starts to fade. The sobbing eventually stops. I glance down at Tom. His hiccup-laden breaths have slowed, settling into a steady rhythm. Oh, he's fallen asleep in my arms. I shift, careful not to wake him, as I ease him onto the bed. After shutting and locking the window, I tuck him under a thick blanket. Once I'm sure that he's comfortable, I switch off the light, quietly step out of his room, and head downstairs. I glance down at my shirt to see the fabric damp with his tears. With a sigh, I pull out my handkerchief and dab at the stain. Poor kid. He's been through so much, and things just keep piling up. There's no easy way to say it. He's looking like hell ever since he started digging into Camille's case. I just hope that, even with the little amount of sleep that he's getting, he wakes up feeling at least slightly better. Everything all right? Yeah, Tom's finally asleep. He must have been exhausted to just pass out like that. Yeah, but there's something else. Carl's ears perk up. I think Camille broke into your house. The suspect that the cops have been searching for? When? Probably after you and Tom left the house. Then we should call the police. I already suggested that to him, but he refused. Carl clenches his jaw, his hand resting on his waist. That doesn't make any sense. He doesn't trust them, not after they botched Ava's disappearance case. I'll talk to a friend of mine. He'll keep an eye on your house. Without making it too obvious. Carl clenches his jaw, seemingly about to argue before changing his mind. He finally nods. I see, if that's what Tom wants. I watch as Carl turns away, arms wrapping around himself. Fuck. I knew that he'd get himself into trouble helping you. Sorry, I didn't mean to. It's fine, Markus. I didn't mean to play the blame game. I'll trust my son on this instead. Carl is much more composed and level-headed when he's sober, a stark contrast to his usual state. But please, take care of him. Carl looks at me with a pained stare. I reply with a firm nod. I'll do my best. I take a seat at the kitchen table, noticing 3 mugs of tea already waiting. I take a quick sip. The warmth settles in my chest, urging me to reach for another cigarette. Listen, about the... He gestures towards the freshly earned scratch. I wish that I had handled that better. That would definitely have helped. I smirk as I take another sip. I'm glad that Tom has you. Nothing stopping you from being in his life too, Carl. He sighs, finally sitting down across from me, his hands wrapped tightly around his warm mug. I just don't know how. I've never been great with him, you know. I wish that I had been more present when he was younger. But you're here now. It's not too late. You two can still figure things out. Carl groans. You don't know how much I've tried. Tom likes to think that he's good at hiding his feelings, but when he tries, he just gets distant, dismissive. Yeah, I think I'm the reason that he's like that. Always stuck dealing with his deadbeat dad. I exhale through my nose and pull out a cigarette, then offer one to Carl. This time he takes it. I've never raised a kid, so I can't pretend to know what that's like. We sit in silence for a while, sharing quiet drags of our cigarettes between sips of tea. I'm sorry, Carl. I don't have an answer to any of this. Fuck's sake. I knew I was relying too much on Eva to be there for him. Now that she's gone. The words seem to get stuck in his throat. And now Tom needs you more than ever. Someone who will stand by him. And that's between you and him. Yeah, I know. Carl doesn't say anything else. He just stares off into the distance. I don't know how to move forward from here. He and I never got along. And yet, here we are, both worried for Tom. But we've been acting like damn kids and just making things harder on him. Maybe I should engage in some small talk. So, enjoying your new job? Oh, can you tell? You seem really happy when I picked you up from work. He chuckles, scratching the back of his neck as his gaze wanders around the kitchen. I suppose. The pay is decent, and it's just outside of town. So what exactly do you do there? Security, just guarding the area. Some rich businessman is planning to use the land for something. Fancy fella, expensive suit, watch, seems religious. He's not reading you sermons, is he? No, he just has a cross over his fancy shirt. Could just be some gangster. We both laugh. I realize how late it's getting as a yawn escapes me. I should go. It is really late. Thanks for the tea. I really hope that you and Tom can work things out. I'll try. Carl's gaze turns thoughtful. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if you were to visit more often. I nearly choke on my tea, coughing. What? I know it's weird coming from me, but I could really use your help. I mean, I guess I could come by early in the morning. I need to talk to Tom about work, anyway. That's fine. Also, if you want, you can crash in the guest room for the night. You sure? Yeah. His offer takes me by surprise, but I rub my snout pretending to consider his offer deeply. Not gonna lie, I am sick of sleeping on the sofa. I'll take it. That sofa that I crashed on yesterday? You use that as your bed? Yeah, can't fit a proper bed in the office. I see. Carl stands up, stretching his back before heading upstairs. I'll get the room ready. I nod and finish my tea. A part of me wonders why Carl would make me this offer. Maybe he thinks a talk with Tom will go better if I'm there? But honestly, I'm grateful for it. My back and neck will thank me for the real bed. After a few minutes, Carl comes back and hands me a towel. For the morning, in case you want to freshen up. Appreciate it. I'm heading to bed. Good night. Good night. Carl double-checks that the front door is locked before stepping into the bathroom. It feels strange being here as a guest. With Eva gone, the house feels different. She was the only one who ever invited me over, whenever I was having a rough time, even when Carl was against it. And now, the man himself is offering me a place to stay. As I climb the stairs, it feels like something heavy is lifted off of me, but at the same time, something else weighs me down. Every step is exhausting. I reach the guest room, next to Tom's. The bed is neatly made, but the rest of the room looks like it hasn't been touched in years. Dust clings to almost every surface. Meh, it's just for the night. I lie down, staring at the ceiling, lost between thinking about everything and nothing. I toss and turn, trying to find a comfortable position. Thoughts of what had just transpired earlier keep me awake for a while longer. The pictures that I found would suggest that Camille's been obsessed with Tom. But I still can't figure out why that be. His declining mental state definitely plays a role in this, not to mention how weird he's been acting when communicating with Tom. The way that his words are always some riddle. Not to mention the break-in and him stealing Tom's money. I need to find him, and soon. With that thought, I finally let my body succumb to the weight of sleep. It was definitely a bizarre sight when I went downstairs this morning. Seeing Markus and my dad eating toast together wasn't on my bingo card. Dad's never been a morning person either. But I'm not complaining. It's better than the two of them fighting. Markus then offered to give me a ride when I said that I was heading to Otto's house. And now here I am, in his car, as he drums his fingers on the steering wheel to the tune of the morning radio, before suddenly turning it off. Oh, before I forget. He reaches into his wallet and takes out an amount of bills. Here, it should be about 500. What? Take it. He presses the cash into my paws. Markus, Don't worry, it's all yours. I stare down at the money I'm holding. 5 Złota notes in total. You don't have to do this, though. I know, it's a small part of the money that you lost, but at least you can help your friend out. Plus, as your boss, I'm partly to blame. Perhaps if I didn't involve you in Camille's investigation, he wouldn't have. My instincts take over as I lunge towards Markus for a hug. The car jerks slightly before he regains control. Whoa, careful, I'm driving here. I quickly let go, settling back into my seat. Whoops, sorry, but thanks. Markus's tail begins to wag, thumping the back seat. I cannot but smile. The conversation fades for a moment as I think back to what happened at home today. Wow, I can't believe Dad let you stay over for the night. Yeah, that surprised me too. That is so unlike him. Hey, I guess people can change. I know someone else who could stand to change some habits. I point at the unlit cigarette placed firmly between his lips as he's about to light it. Markus grunts before spitting out the cigarette and tucking it back into his breast pocket. You win this time, kiddo. I pump my fist in celebration. Anyway, speaking of Carl, I haven't told you about what happened to my... That's fine. Dad told me. You guys are so immature sometimes. Yeah, but you should know that we are just trying to do what's best for you. Oh my god, Eliash was right. I do have 2 dads now. So, how was the investigation yesterday? Oh, I was gonna tell you about it before, well, what happened last night. I got Daria to talk to me. She admitted that she and Camille knew each other. In fact, they were in a relationship. Oh? And how did you manage to get her to tell you? We had to pull her aside to the back alley for the restaurant, where there was no one around, so she could open up. Raymond helped. Smart thinking. Anything else? I took a few seconds to recall the way that she acted. Also, I think somebody's stalking her. You sure? She told me that she felt like somebody was following her. Following her? That's probably Camille then. I'm not so sure. She seemed pretty scared about it, and she didn't give me the impression that she was afraid of Camille or that he'd hurt her. She seemed more concerned for him. That would explain why she was so scared when I approached her. That makes sense now. Good work, Tom. It was nothing. Markus falls silent. I can tell the gears in his head are turning. I still haven't told him about us actually going to Comino, and I'm not sure that I want to until I have something useful, but I still need his help. By the way, I went to the town hall to investigate about Comino's history. Why are you interested in Comino's history? I thought that it'd be related to the case about the missing students, since they were planning to visit the place. Markus frowns before nodding. Makes sense. I found this while I was looking through some files. I quickly send him the picture that we found at the town hall. Markus flips out his phone and stares at the image for a few seconds. This bear does look like Bernard, if that's what you're thinking. Right? Mind asking him about it? This photo seems ancient. Comino already looked abandoned when I got here. But you'd still help us out, right? There's still a lot of unsorted files in the office, and you're expecting me to do this pro bono? Okay, fine. I'll come to your office twice a week just to help you sort them out. Deal? The dumbest looking grin lights up Markus's face. Deal. After a gentle right swerve, our car arrives at the off-road section with sparse housings, right next to Otto's. We're here. Neat. I step out of the car and close the door. Markus then immediately rolls down the window. By the way, you still haven't told me why you're going to Otto's house instead of your usual workplace. Nah, it's top secret. Let me guess. You're throwing Anna a surprise party. What? How did you? Well, Anna did say that she went to Cold Fest, and that event ended yesterday, so if you put two and two together... Okay, fine. Just don't tell her if you run into her. Bye, Markus. Markus makes a zipping gesture across his lips. Don't worry, I won't barge into your boy's business again. My cheeks instantly flush. Of course, he saw Otto and I. Ugh, just leave already. Chuckling loudly, Markus speeds off. Can't believe that he reminded me of last night, with everything that happened after. I was barely thinking about it myself. Of course, I'll need to talk about that with Otto himself. I walk up to Otto's front door and press the doorbell. Hey, Tom. Thanks for coming. Come on in. Yesterday he tried to eat my face and now he's acting so formal. Thanks. Otto's place is a small and cozy dwelling located close to the lumber mill where he works. Make yourself comfortable. Bit of a mess, but once we've put up the balloons and the banner, it'll look super festive. Oh yeah, Anna said that they'll be here in the early evening, so we got plenty of time to finish up decorating. Do you mind helping? That's why I'm here. Neat. Right, let's fix that banner. Otto proceeds to place two chairs on opposite sides of the wall and climbs up on one of them. Okay, Tom, climb up on the chair and grab the other end of the banner, and help me prop this up nicely. I nod and follow his instructions. Just a scooch to the right. A bit higher. I can hear every word that he says, but it's hard to focus with my mind wandering back to last night, again and again. Tom? Is everything okay? I still don't answer him as I climb down from the stair and sit on it instead. Otto follows suit, looking puzzled. Hey, Otto? Yeah? Can I ask you something? Sure? Why did you kiss me last night? Kiss? Oh, yeah. That was stupid of me. It was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. Why did you do it, though? Because I saw you looking so hurt trying to help me, and I thought kissing me would make me feel better. No, I wasn't even thinking straight. Tom, I'm sorry. Of course you weren't thinking straight. Kissing a guy. And you ran away like a cheetah when my dad walked in on us. I panicked, okay? I let out a huff. For fuck's sake, Otto. If you're gonna do something like that, at least be able to say why. I'm gonna ask you one more question, and I want you to be honest with me. Do you have feelings for me? You're a good friend, and I... Just answer the, I do. Ever since we became friends, I thought it was just a funny feeling that I'd grow out of eventually. I thought as much. But I didn't, and I was scared of letting everyone down if I came out to them. I put my hand on his shoulder. I think everyone close to you already figured out your preferences. Besides, Anna did come out to your parents, and that turned out fine. Yeah, but by then my parents had already assumed that I'd end up marrying a woman and inheriting the family business. Okay, so maybe everyone except your parents. But if they knew the truth, I feel that they would never think any less of you. As a matter of fact, I think that they'd be happy for you. A sad smile forms on his face before he turns around and picks up some balloons, rolling on the floor. Anyway, we need to tie these balloons together. I give him a smile. Sure, let me help. The conversation peters out as we focus on tying the balloons. I'm glad that he finally confessed in his own words. But I'm unsure how to handle it from now on. So... David's back, huh? That's... nice. Why? Well, you two used to be really close. I give him a sideways glance. Is this why he finally decided to make a move? It's a different story now. But, you still like him, don't you? I raise an eyebrow at Otto, unsure if I should feel amused or annoyed right now. Would you be jealous if I said so? Otto slowly nods. Given how much you've kowtowed to your family's wishes, you can be quite selfish yourself. He blushes as he looks away, silent. Honestly, I feel irritated that he simply ran away after the kiss. At least you finally have the balls to go after what you want. As for David, he is... a complicated issue. It's hard to say at this point. He did ghost me for 6 years. I see. Well, either way, it's okay if you don't feel the same way, I get it. Well, we did have a proper snog before my dad walked in. Didn't realize you were such a good kisser. Where did you learn that? You know what? Don't tell me. Okay. Otto averts his gaze, looking down, but I catch the slow curl of a smile forming. It's subtle, almost hesitant, but unmistakable. Perhaps he's glad that he's finally opening up about his feelings. But if I were to reciprocate his feelings, I must also be honest to him about Jacob. Otherwise, I don't know if things would ever work out between us. Actually, sound off in the comments. Would you tell him the truth about Jacob? Or would you keep things hidden about Jacob? And if you recall, Jacob is a lawyer who gave Tom the money for, quote-unquote, services rendered. But yeah, so I'm gonna tell him the truth. But again, you tell me, would you have told him the truth? Like, right now, write it down in the comments. Would you have told him the truth, and why? Or would you have kept things from him, and why, okay? So now I'm about to pick the truth. Otto? Yeah? Can I be honest with you as well? His eyebrows raise slightly as he takes some time to respond. Sure? About the money that I was supposed to give you. I haven't told you how I got it in the first place. I don't know what he'll think of me, but it's too late to turn back now. Remember the lawyer that I told you about? The one that I said can help you? I met him when I was at my university. His name is Jacob. We dated for a bit, until I found out that at the time that he already was married to a woman. When I confronted him about it, he explained that his marriage had turned stale and that he already knew that his wife had been cheating on him. But they stayed married anyway to keep up the appearance of a well-off family. After uni, I was going to cut him off for good. But he managed to convince me that we should keep having hookups and offered me a large sum of money each time. And everything turned to shit after my mom disappeared and my dad became an alcoholic. And that's how he keeps creeping back into my life. Every time that I'm in a pinch, I keep crawling back to him. I take some time to mince my words, but I'm struggling to carry on. I can only stare into his glassy eyes. So, the money that you got was after you met him? I'm sorry. You probably think that I'm such a whore now. No, Tom. I will never judge you for this. But if I knew that you were gonna do this, I would have stopped you. You needed the money. Otto gets closer and sits next to me, grasping my knee. Don't worry about it, Tom. Sorry that I dragged you into this, though. It feels good to finally get something off my chest about Jacob. I guess I never really expected Otto to judge me for it. He's not that kind of person. Still. So, now that you know who Jacob is, do you still want to meet him today? Otto looks around the living room, especially at the half-hanging banner. Maybe not today. We need to prepare for Anna's party. Ah, you're right. How about this? I take out my phone and send Otto a text. His phone buzzes in his pocket, and he pulls it out. I've sent you Jacob's number. Just tell him that you're my friend, and that I gave it to you. You two can set up a meeting on your own. Okay, but won't you come along? Well, if you insist. Yes, please, if you don't mind. Sure, just let me know when you're meeting, and I'll try to be there. Thanks. I'm not gonna lie, I am kinda nervous about meeting him. Hey, relax. I don't think that he'll do anything to you. As much as he likes to mess around, he keeps things professional with his legal clients. Ah, I see. Plus, I don't think that you're his type. Oh? Then what is his type? Oh, I get it. Otto's phone buzzes again, and he picks up the call. Hey, Mom. Oh, thanks, Mom. Yeah, we'll be on our way soon. Otto hangs up. Mom called about the cake. It's ready, so we need to pick it up. What about the balloons? Those can wait. Let's go catch the bus. Oh, I almost forgot that you already sold your car. My morning has been slow, like my thoughts heavy and drifting. And at times like this, I again find myself thinking about him. He had always been dedicated to his profession, always holding fast to the belief that people could be saved. And yet, the ringing telephone jolts me from my daydream, pulling me back into my dusty office. The scent of burnt coffee lingers, mixed with strong tobacco. I shake my head, trying to dispel the heavy thoughts before reaching for the receiver. Tishko? And Waldner Detective Agency. A familiar voice crackles through the line. Hello, Markus. I straighten up in my chair, ears perked. Oh, Igor? Yep. How's the investigation coming along? I glance at the stack of notes sprawled across my desk, the pieces of the puzzle still scattered. Slowly but surely. Well, here's something that might interest you. My ears twitch at his words. A lead? We figured out who the owner of the license plate is. I grab my pen, ready to jot down details. Oh? Who's the owner? Well, it's not a person. The car is registered under a company. Company. That complicates things. Interesting. have you heard about Forte Security? I quickly scribbled a name on the notepad, underlining it twice. Did your men do a background check on the company? Yeah, their records are checked out. Nothing out of the ordinary. I clap my hands together, resting my chin on the thumb, as I start to ponder. Why would a security company be after Otto? Is money involved? If so, was the stolen money meant to pay off Otto's debt to them? The thoughts swirl in my head, but without more information, it's just mere guesswork. I see. Thanks for the tidbit, Igor. Sure thing. That aside, there's something that I need to report to you. Igor is silent, still waiting for me to elaborate. There was a break-in at Tom's house. Some money was stolen from his bedroom, and he suspected it was Camille. What? What makes you say that? We found a taunting note that he left behind. I'll order one of the teams to go to Mr. Tishko's residence and... No, don't involve your whole team. Tom was against it. I just need someone that you personally trust to stay guard at their house. Well, in that case, I'll ask one of the new transfers to be on the lookout. Do you trust him? Well, he has a good track record. Top of his class in tactical training, fluent in both Russian and German, recommended by KSP Warsaw Med, who have been keeping an eye on him for bigger roles. But do you trust him, though? Oh, yeah, I trust him. He won't disappoint. Then is it fine if I ask that he be stationed at the Tishko's residence? Yeah, definitely. I'll brief him myself. Thanks for your help, Igor. And do it covertly. I know. On that note, didn't you also ask for my help to interrogate Marcin? I leaned back, rubbing my temple. Right. We should get on that. But I gotta meet someone first. I should be free in a couple of hours. Well, in that case, meet me at the police station at 2 o'clock. We'll head to his house together. Just like old times, eh? Igor chuckles over my comment. Who's gonna be the good cop this time? Haven't made up my mind yet. We'll see. See you later then, Markus. Later, Igor. I let out a slow exhale, rubbing the bridge of my muzzle. Tom could probably tell me more about the company, but if I prod him too much, he'll shut me out for sure. For now, it's time to meet an old friend. The drive to Bernard's house doesn't take long. About 15 minutes later, I pull into his driveway. I step out of the car and walk up to his front door. Bernard? It's me, Markus. I wait a moment, no answer. I knock and call his name out again. Same result. I glance at the watch. 1 o'clock. Right, he's usually in his backyard around this time, doing some gardening. I circle around the house, following the narrow pavement towards the back. And just as I predicted, there's Bernard, crouched near a flower bed, gardening fork in hand. Good afternoon, Bernard. Bernard turns at the sound of my voice. Markus, didn't expect you to be checking up on me this hour. Sorry for coming at such short notice. I tried knocking on your front door, but then I realized that I'd find you here. No worries. I don't mind having visitors from time to time. Shame to have this lovely garden with no one to show it to, you know? He points at the picnic table next to me. Could you hand me that knife over there? I do as he asked. Here. Thanks, pup. He promptly stands up and walks to another garden bed before crouching down again. Come, just careful not to step on the roses. I've been tending them for months now. I proceed to navigate between the rows of flowers, lightly stepping on the grass as if I were on a tightrope before kneeling next to him. Here. Bernard holds out 2 ripe-looking strawberries with a knife in his hand. He delicately peels away their stems and skin, revealing the glistening red flesh underneath. He hands one to me. Cheers. Sweet, though I don't mind eating it with the skin. Tastes better this way. You've always had such a green thumb. Bernard chuckles, shaking his head. Well, you could say it's second nature to me. Good one. I knew you'd appreciate it. Bernard stabs the gardening fork into the soil and stands up. I follow suit, stretching my legs. So, what's the bad news this time? No bad news. Yet. Well... Bernard audibly sighs, cutting me off. I know you only come here if it's about investigations. I mean, yeah, but I wouldn't mind a drink while we're at it. Bernard's expression softens at my suggestion. Just wait for me at the gazebo. Mom, we're here. Just a second. Otto, Tomek, it's so nice to see you both again. I'm greeted with a customary hug that the Oginskis always offer their guests. Come on in. Thanks, Miss Oginski. Otto and I head into the living room, setting down the things that we bought next to the couch before sitting down on it. The cake's all done. I just need to put it in a nice pretty box. Take your time, Miss Oginski. She heads to the kitchen, leaving just the two of us. We don't exchange many words, just a few glances. I've always had a feeling that Otto gets a little nervous when I visit his parents' house. But honestly, I feel right at home. Hello, boys. Dad, please don't throw anything at us. Oh. You don't want Mom to scold you again, right? Right. Good afternoon, Mr. Oginski. Oh, hey there, Tom. How was shopping? We got what we needed. Ah, good. The boys always seem to have so much fun. If only I could say the same for myself. Mr. Oginski sighs, casting a despondent gaze at the floor. Dad, what's wrong? Otto stands up and walks over to him. He then picks up the basketball that fell next to the wheelchair. No, Otto, I'm fine. It's just... I kind of miss my more active days, you know? It'd be nice to shoot some hoops again. Well, there's a basketball hoop outside, no? Nah, it got crooked and fell off. Is that why you've been throwing basketballs in the house? Otto's dad sighs again. It'd help if I could practice my throws outside. Well, I can help you fix it, Dad. Now that's my boy. Come here, champ. He yanks Otto's arm and starts tussling his hair. All right, enough, Dad. Otto frees himself from his dad's grip and turns to me. Is it all right if I help my dad out, Tom? He shouldn't take more than half an hour, I think. It's all good. Otto pushes his dad's wheelchair out the living room, heading towards a porch. A few minutes later, Otto's mom returns with a box of fruitcake, its sweet aroma filling the air. Ah, that smells nice. Thanks for baking the cake for Anna's surprise party. Oh, it's my pleasure. It's been a while since I saw her girlfriend, but I'll let the kids have fun first. She sets the box on the table and sits next to me. Oh, where's Otto? He's helping Mr. Oginski out on the porch. He's definitely fixing that basketball hoop again. Miss Oginski crosses her arms. His father never knew when to stop playing once he got into it. Well, at least he'll be throwing it outside the house. Her shoulders eventually droop into a more relaxed position. She gives me a smile. Ah, you're right, Tomek. So, what will you guys be doing tonight? I don't know. Probably a lot of eating, drinking, talking. I'm sure you guys will have fun regardless. Miss Oginski focuses on the television as our conversation peters out. Now that Otto's helping his dad, leaving just the two of us, this could be my chance to ask her about the photo. Actually... Her ears perk up. She grabs the remote to mute the TV volume. Could you have a look at this photo that I have? Oh, sure, sweetheart. I hand her the photograph. Her eyes dart across it, but for a moment her gaze locks onto someone and her pupils dilate. She bites her lower lip, but before I can make any further judgment, her expression quickly relaxes. What's with this photo? I found it while I was investigating something. Thought the polar bear looked like old Bernard. She looks at the bear again before shrugging. Oh, you think that he looks like my brother? I don't think so. Oh. In fact, when he was young, his hair was actually brunette. Ah, I see. Thanks, Miss Oginski. You're welcome, Tomek. I nod as she smiles and hands the photo back to me. Despite what she said, I still feel like the photo triggered something in her memory. I mean, she said that it wasn't Bernard, but she definitely recognized someone in there. Right? Bernard soon returns from his house carrying a pail of ice and a bottle of whiskey. He plops a few ice cubes into the shot glasses and pours the drinks. We clink our glasses together before taking a sip. Wow, that takes me back. Hibiki Suntory whiskey, your favorite. I almost forgot how good it tasted. Guess I've been ruining my palate with cheap beer. Remember your first night in Subnavo? It was a drink that I served you. Yeah. The first night here was difficult. Difficult is an understatement. I barely knew anyone in town except for Eva, but Bernard helped me more than I care to admit. Well, you usually open up after a few shots, don't you? I put down the glass and take a deep breath. I guess I just needed someone to listen. Just listen? I narrow my eyes at him. He sounds casual, but it almost feels like he's prodding me. I try to maintain my composure, even if Bernard suddenly dredging up the past slightly irks me. Sorry, I was at my lowest at the time. Nah, don't beat yourself up, pup. I get it. Didn't dwell on it too much. You sure? You seem off whenever we meet nowadays. A short sigh escapes his mouth before a little smile forms at his lips. Maybe I missed some of it. But hey, I'm glad that you're doing much better now. A heavy mood seems to settle over us as we fall silent. Bernard swirls his drink before taking another sip. Enough of walking down memory lane. What's your business? Oh, just, could you take a look at this? Bernard puts on his glasses and squints at my phone screen. Recognize anyone? As he scans each face, he eventually stops at one. You think that polar bear is me? Well, is it? Bernard shrugs with a nonchalant nod. So what were you doing in Kuomino? Nothing exciting. I got called in by the military during the Russian occupation, just to help maintain the place. Fix this, clean that, fetch whatever they needed. I didn't know that you were Russian. What makes you say that? The uniform that you were wearing in the photo, it had a Russian flag on it. I'm a Pole, born and raised. Ask any old local here, they can vouch for me. Everyone wore that thing there, Russian or not. Didn't treat me like one of their own, believe me. But I did pick up some Russian when I was there. I was mostly acting as an interpreter between the troops and some local Poles they brought in. I thought that they didn't let any locals into the area. Nobody taking a casual stroll, that's for sure, but they needed local manpower from time to time. I was there for a short time anyway, before the Union fell and they finally left. Not much more than that to my time there. Alright. That's all that I needed to confirm. He takes another sip of his drink and glances at me sideways. Where did you find that photo anyway? Sorry, can't disclose my sources. Of course, you and your secrets. There's an edge to his voice now. Excuse me? You heard me, poking your nose into other people's businesses while keeping yours tucked away and hidden. Bernard, it's my job. Remember what you told me back then? When you left everything behind in Warsaw to come here? You said that you wanted to let go of your past, start fresh. I did. Are you any happier in this new job now? So you're saying that I should call it quits? No, not at all. I know you're too stubborn for that. I just don't think that it's the fresh start that you wanted. You did say that I'm doing a lot better now. Bernard pauses, pinching his forehead. Do you realize how cursed this town is? Cursed? I tap my fingertips against the glass. Raymond said the exact same thing. Perhaps it was Bernard who put that idea in his head. All these people missing, always the ones who go out looking for trouble in the first place. I appreciate your concern, but I don't believe in superstitions, nor am I looking for trouble. And what about your partner? I clench my fist around the glass as I feel myself getting angry. Just don't say that I didn't warn you. I'd hate it for anything to happen to you. My ringing phone breaks the tense silence. Igor? Markus, I'm at the station. You coming? I check the time. It's already 1:30. Yeah, just wrapping things up. I'll be there in half an hour. I end the call. Sorry, Bernard. I really gotta... Hey, it's fine, pup. Sorry if I came off a bit overbearing. He hangs his head low. All I'm trying to say is... just be careful. He sounds genuine. Bernard just has a way of pushing my buttons sometimes. Nah, I get it. I should have also been a better friend to you. Yeah, we're all just trying our best. Thanks, Bernard. Also, how much was the... What? No, I only charge you when I'm pouring one for you at the bar. Then I should drink here more often. Cheapskate. You think my profession earns me a six-figure income? Well, every dog has his day. Take care, pup. You too, Bernard. The afternoon is unassuming, a perfect day for a stroll outside. Unfortunately, I have something else on my agenda. I pull over near a gentle curve in the road, right behind Igor's police car. Martian's driveway is right in front of us. Igor notices me pulling in and steps out onto the pavement. After turning off the engine, I step out to meet him. So, why are we revisiting this witness? Igor crosses his arms. Didn't you notice something about Martian's testimony? About the missing students? Yeah. Nothing jumps out. His account matches what the camp store owner said. Almost too close. And yet, Tom managed to find a glaring inconsistency in his story. Which was... like how he heard that the student couples were arguing about at the gas station. The thing is, he claimed that he was inside the store at the time, while they were outside. Igor pauses, pinching the base of his right ear. Are you saying that he just made it up? Why would he lie? That's what we're here to find out. So, you got a plan to get him to talk? Not really. Let's just knock and see how he reacts. Igor nods firmly. We walk towards his front door and Igor presses the doorbell. Who is it? The cat notices me first, but as his eyes shift to Igor, his expression sours. Seriously? Igor pulls out his badge. Marcin bends down a little to inspect it for a moment. Igor Berngruff? Yastrovie PD. Good afternoon, Marcin. My name's Markus Waldner, private investigator. As he leans against the doorframe, Marcin looks calm, if unamused at the intrusion. So, do you need anything? Yes, we'd like to ask you about what you saw at the gas station regarding the 4 missing students. Marcin grits his teeth. That thing again? Didn't you already get my statement? His annoyance is understandable enough. It's been a year after all. Yes, but we'd like to clarify something if you don't mind. Sure. He begins to straighten his posture, eyes focused on Igor. So, where were you at the time? Inside the store? At the till? Duh. Okay, and you said the cougar and the collie couple were arguing. Yeah, something about breaking up. He seems confident about this, almost too cocky. Maybe now's a chance for me to start poking at his story. You sure you heard them clearly? You were indoors, right? And you said that they were still outside. Of course, I'm not deaf. They were... Marcin goes numb, realizing his words are finally catching up to him. He leans back slightly. I mean... It looked as if they were fighting about their relationship and... But when you gave out your first account, you said that you clearly heard them say... They were yelling. I caught a few words. A few? Then how did you know that they were a couple? I told you that they were yelling. Who cares anyway? How many times am I gonna be asked about this shit? That boar was happy enough with my statement last time, but you cops always trying to twist our words because you're desperate and can't find the real culprit, eh? Well, I'm done. Next time, talk to my lawyer. Marcin slams the door shut. We stand silent for a moment before Igor slowly backs away from the door and starts walking back to his police car and proceed to follow him from behind. What do you think about all this? Well, something's definitely off. But it's not enough to move forward yet. Should I push for a warrant? No, his mouth is sealed. He won't blurt out anything else after this. Did Boris deal with him last time? I suppose. I can ask him about it. No need. For now. We stop near his car. I clutch my waist as my right foot begins tapping the ground. Hey, Igor? Yeah? You think you can keep an eye on him for a few days? What for? Just a hunch I have. Are you sure you're not getting paranoid? Maybe, but I feel like watching Marcin could give us some clues. Sure. It's not like I have a wife and 2 daughters at home to look after. Oh, well, in that case. I'm just kidding. They don't need me babysitting. They're graduating high school next year. But first, I need to get back to the station and file this. One more thing. I'd like to chat with Miss Novak, if possible. Can you clear it with Agatha for me? Sure thing. You take care, detective. You too, Igor. Igor walks back to his car and starts the engine. As he drives away, I let the cigarette from my pocket. The action is pure habit, even if I don't feel like smoking at the moment. I take a drag anyway, as I let my mind wander back to the exchange that we just had. I'm still clueless about what Marcin's hiding, but I have a feeling that it's not on his own initiative. And it's only a matter of time before the cracks give way. The bus ride back to Otto's place is a pleasant one. The hum of the engine, the rhythmic sway of the vehicle almost lulls me into a light sleep. Otto pats me on the shoulder to bring me out of my daze as we arrive at our stop. The sweet aroma of the fruitcake Miss Oginski baked fills the air as I carry it back to Otto's place. After another 10 minutes of walking, we arrive at his door. Now where's my keys? Oh, come on, Otto. Can't you be a klutz later? They gotta be in one of your many trouser pockets. Otto pats himself down. His hand pauses as he seems to find something near his right butt cheek. Ah, there it is. He digs into his pocket and pulls out the key before crouching slightly to fit it into the keyhole. Just as he's about to turn it, I notice another shadow stretching across the sidewalk in my peripheral vision. Tall, lanky, growing larger and larger as a set of slow, deliberate footsteps approaches us from behind, crunching the gravel underneath. Otto and I both turn around. A familiar, ominous-looking eagle stands before us. Long time no see. The eagle cocks his head in my direction, visibly surprised. Ah, I remember you. Out of the woods, pussycat? What is he talking about, Tom? I shrug at Otto, pretending to be clueless about what the eagle just said. But you weren't really there for a hookup, were you? You were trying to snoop around Comino. Maybe you brought in your friends along, eh? He steps closer. Otto brushes past me to put himself between me and the eagle, his brows furrowed. My tail flicks. Boss recognized you from my description. His words send a cold dip down my stomach, but before I can process it further, he shifts its focus. Although, you're not why I'm here. You got bills to pay, big guy. Otto stiffens as the fur on his back stands on end. Just give me one more week. The eagle spits on the ground near Otto's feet. You think I'm playing games with you? The eagle starts cracking his knuckles one by one, an ominous glint in his eyes. I need to do something. Wait. He snaps his head in my direction, his gaze narrowing. Here. I hand him the cash Markus gave me. He grabs the bills and begins counting them. A slow, lazy chuckle rumbles from his throat. You think this is enough? That's all we have. Not really. He smirks, tapping the wad of cash against his palm. You could help out your friend. I don't dare to ask him how. I don't know why, but my boss would love to meet you. No, thank you. His cocky grin vanishes. Well, in that case, I'll just have to teach you guys a lesson. He reaches down and grabs a piece of broken fence, slapping it against his palm. The sharp rhythmic sound makes it send a jolt through my body. Otto, meanwhile, adopts a defensive stance, raising his arms to guard his face. Shit, this does not look good. Yeah, I don't think, Tom is, like, defensive material, so I'm gonna just hide behind Otto. I stumble back just as Otto lunges forward, throwing himself between me and the eagle. The plank swings high into the air. Otto raises his arms, bracing for impact. I squeeze my eyes shut, expecting the sickening crack of wood against flesh. Hey, asshole! Huh? Huh? The eagle struggles to yank himself free, but Anna's strength dominates him. With a sharp shove, she sends him rolling off onto the dirt. He scrambles back to his feet, dusting himself off, clearly caught off, completely off guard. What the hell do you think you're doing here? I'd like to ask you the same question, girly. You better fuck off before I break your hands for good. The eagle begins to step closer, but Anna bares her fangs and snarls, which stops him dead in his tracks. Tss, you're lucky I don't hit girls. Tss, just admit that you chickened out, bird brain. His right eye twitches, but he says nothing. Instead, he turns sharply and walks away, seemingly headed towards a motorbike parked some distance away down the street. He pauses to glare at Otto. See you again soon, big guy. Make sure you got your payment. With that, he speeds off into the evening. Silence hangs in the air before Anna finally turns to us, arms crossed. In response, I raise the cake that I'm holding towards her. Surprise! You did what? I didn't have any choice. Bullshit. Well, you don't own a company with dozens of workers under you. So what? Does that make it okay for you to sell out my shop to them? I wasn't planning to. What about Tom? Didn't you think about what would happen if they did anything to him? Anna's voice cuts through the air like a sharp blade. Otto, standing his ground, clenches his fist in frustration. It's such a trademark of the Oginskis at this point, fiery arguments that rattle the very walls around them. Meanwhile, I retreat into the living room, my ears twitching occasionally as the argument unfolds. I focus on the slightly muted TV in front of me, knowing that I have nothing to contribute to their talk. Hey. I turn my head to see Selena, Anna's girlfriend, plopping down beside me. Hey Selena, how was Occult Fest? It was... Selena's eyes light up over my question. Awesome. We got to meet Legion of the Damned members, and we couldn't stop headbanging like maniacs throughout the whole concert. She leans forward, her ears perked, clearly still riding the high from the festival. Anna bought a bunch of merchandise, bracelets, t-shirts, and of course they don't call it Occult Fest for nothing without some occult shit happening. I nod. You know, talisman stalls, demonology exhibits, rune-making workshop. Oh, that was my favorite. We made protection runes for each other. That's cool. I could use one myself. I try to focus on my conversation with Selena, but it's really hard when there's a riot going on close to us. We went to Amsterdam after that. Oh, you need to go there with us someday. It's so fun to just ride bikes in the city. And surprisingly, they have decent food too. Have you ever tried... Oh god. Rastafel? Not really. I shake my head, a little smile tugging at my lips. Oh, you have to try it. They bring out like 20 different dishes and you can gorge on everything. Also, Selena suddenly stops mid-sentence, her eyes dilate and her cheeks flush as she looks at me. She quickly covers her mouth. Anna sure is tearing Otto apart. I feel bad for him. They're both tearing each other apart in a way. Selena laughs. Well, I guess we leave them to it. How about you, Tom? Hope Anna didn't leave you drowning in work at the shop? Nah, working at the shop wasn't the worst thing. Oh, right. I remember. You got rescued from the woods a few days ago. How did you... sorry. We heard about what happened from Anna's mom. Figures. The whole town probably knows by now. Before Selena can respond, a familiar voice calls out from the kitchen. Hey, Tom. I look up to see Anna walking over, a smile having replaced a stormy expression from earlier. The argument seems to have died down, for now. Hey, Anna. Selena was telling me about your trip to a cult fest. Yeah, it was fun. She joins us on the couch, stretching her arms behind her head. But I was low-key worried about you, Tom. Oh? Is it about me getting lost in the woods? I'm fine now. Anna sighs. Oh, Tom, you're such a horrible liar. Okay, I've not been doing great lately. But maybe I'll tell you after we eat your mom's fruitcake? Fine. I am feeling rather hungry. Anna stretches her neck towards the kitchen. Otto, are you done cutting the cake? Yes. Shortly, Otto comes to the living room with a plate of sliced fruitcakes. Are you two okay? For now, I've given my brother a piece of my mind. Plus, I don't want to ruin the surprise party you guys planned for us. Well, you did ruin it by arriving an hour early. Sheesh, imagine what would have happened if I arrived a minute later. Otto slightly nods. It sounded like the whole roof was gonna collapse. Oh, did it, dear? Anna playfully nibbles on Selena's ear while tickling her. Babe, stop it. Hold on. You'll note that the cake is lesbian. It's the lesbian flag colors. Anyways, fortunately nobody dwells on what happened when Anna arrived, and instead we all enjoy Miss Oginski's fruitcake while chatting about our lives. I briefly go to the kitchen to fetch the colorful fizzy drinks that we brought earlier. Otto ends up eating most of the cake. No surprise there. He loves his sweets. So Tom. Yeah? You were gonna tell me what's bothering you lately. I take a deep breath. You see, I think I have a stalker. I let out a hollow chuckle. Anna frowns a little, pondering for a moment before pinching her chin and raising her eyebrows. That's no laughing matter. It's serious. Don't worry. Markus is on it. Everyone looks at me with a worry. There's an awkward silence until Anna breaks it with a question. Wanna do a tarot reading? For what? Well, maybe we can figure out your stalker's deal? I've only seen Anna do tarot readings for customers at her shop, but I've never tried it myself. You should do it. Trust me, it'll be fun. Most of the customers who come for a tarot reading have all kinds of problems. But usually, they're people mourning the loss of loved ones, or just superstitious to begin with. Still, who am I to judge how people cope with life's tragedies? I'm not exactly doing great myself. I remember once a female ram came to Anna for advice after losing her husband. She looked so distraught. I could hear her sobbing and whimpering from the other side of the store while I was busy scanning items on the till. But a few weeks later I saw her again, smiling this time, as if nothing had ever happened. When I asked Anna about it, she said that she didn't take any credit. She simply laid out the cards. It was up to the ram to decide her own path. Whatever Anna told her, though, clearly helped her come to terms with some feelings, and after a while I found out that she had proposed to someone that she had started seeing, and he said yes. I doubt that it would have anything close to that effect on me. I'm also not a superstitious person either. But maybe I'll humor her just this once. Besides, I don't want to be a party pooper. I sigh. Sure, why not? Right, Selena and I will set up the table for the ritual. Can I stay here, or... You know how personal the questions can get, Otto. I don't think Tom will be comfortable answering them if you're near. Right, Tom? I nod slightly, shooting an apologetic look at Otto. Don't worry, Otto. It won't take long, we promise. Okay. Then I'll be waiting in my room. Otto heads out of the room, closing the door behind him. Right, now let's set things up. The girls are swift in their preparations. As they finish up, Anna lights a candle in the middle of the dimly lit living room. Is this necessary? If you want to detect any spiritual presence or energy, you need to eliminate as many disturbances as possible. Fair enough. And not only that, Selena takes out a card and flips it over, showing me the back. Oh, they glow in the dark? Yep, we got them custom made by an artist at a cult fest. Cool, huh? So, how do we do this? I'll shuffle the deck and lay out the 5 cards. Pick 3 out of the 5, and we'll see what they reveal. Sounds easy enough. Before we start, let's clear our thoughts. Take a deep breath for 4 seconds, then hold it in for 4 seconds before exhaling for another 4. Okay. Alright then. Deep breath in for 4 seconds. How are you feeling? You want to give that another try? Nah, it's fine. Nah, I'm good. Let's carry on. Anna shuffles the cards and places 5 on the coffee table, facing down. We call upon the unseen and the knowing to guide us through this reading. We seek to understand the cause of our worries and the truths hidden in the shadows. Protect us from deception and ill intent. Okay, Tom, pick 3 cards. I blink, feeling a strange tingle in the back of my head as I stare at the glowing cards. Hopefully it's not another headache. Take your time to choose. No take backsies. So I actually get to pick, huh? The Lovers. The Judgment. Huh. The lightning-struck tower. Your first card is a Lovers. Selena raises an eyebrow at me, a playful smirk tugging at her lips. Well, this'll be interesting. Selena, don't tease him like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't help it. Why? Because this card has something to do with love? Selena's eyes light up as she nods eagerly. Yeah, if you want to do a reading on it. Fine. Sure, but do I have to tell you their name? No need. Just keep them in your mind for now. Anna smiles and glances at Selena. Babe, care to do the honor? Certainly, babe. Oh, you're doing the reading? No wonder you look so excited. Selena takes my palm, placing hers gently over mine. She then closes her eyes. All right, now think of someone special, someone you care about deeply. Oh. I mean, it would make sense to pick Otto because he appears to be the one who Tom likes, but at the same time, it also feels that he's sort of going through the motions with Otto, where, yeah, he's helping him, he's wanting to help him with money and to keep him safe and whatnot, but like, when they kissed, and afterwards, it seemed sort of like, okay, let's just go through the motions with this and see where this leads us. It wasn't like, oh, I want this, I need this, I've been waiting for this. And with David, it also, there's a lot of conflicting feelings with David. He's not necessarily happy that David is back. He's not necessarily happy with how David has been handling the whole situation of being back, especially with concern to the fact that David also hurt him and his brother, Eliash. So, like, I don't know if I would say that he particularly likes him that much compared to Otto, but even with Otto, these two are like on the same boat. And then there's Markus. I don't think that he likes Markus in that way. I think with Markus, it's more of like my uncle Markus, my mentor Markus. Who would you pick for the reading? Would you pick Markus? Would you pick Otto? Which I'm pretty sure most of you would pick Otto. Or would you pick David? I like David. Like, I really like David. That's just not, it's not just because he's a hyena. Just, I like David. I like the energy that David has. You know, aside from the lying. And I do sympathize with Tom and the David situation where it's like, I know how it feels to have somebody that you care about disappear or become distant and then them lie about it and become very cagey about it. And then there's Otto. The Otto likes you. But do you like Otto? Do you reciprocate those feelings, Tom? Let's pick Otto. Oh, is this person nearby? Selena smiles. It's okay, Tom. You don't have to say anything. I think this person has some inner struggles that they need to face. But you're ready to help them. Wait. Actually, what happens if I... Damn it, I can't pick. I was gonna try to see what would they say if I were to pick anybody else. Unfortunately, it won't let me. Also, the cards are random, by the way. I've done this already. Darn. Okay, let's move on. Did you say something? What? No. What's wrong? It's nothing. Let's proceed. Your second card is Judgment. That sounds ominous. Not necessarily. It's about reflection, awakening, a kind of reckoning. Reckoning? Like karma? Sort of. But it's more about looking inward. This card urges you to reflect on your motivations, why you're pursuing something. Pursuing? Yeah. Like, is there something that you're striving for? Something that keeps you going? I pause, mulling over her words. Something that keeps me going. The question lingers, nudging at something deeper. Well, right now I'm trying to solve Camille's disappearance and help Raymond find his brother. Raymond? The tiger bartender? You know him? Yeah. We grab breakfast at the Grubernietverg sometimes. His Nasalamak is seriously good. Anna clears her throat. Anyway, Back to the reading. Maybe take a moment to think about what truly drives you to solve these cases. Her words settle over me like a weight. What is it that pushes me forward? From what I'm getting from reading this story, I feel that this has less to do with justice and more to do with closure for Tom. And I think that what drives him the most is his mom's disappearance and him not knowing why she disappeared, where she disappeared, and nothing. And I think for most people that might also be what also is driving them to find answers for the disappearances that are happening in Sipnevo, and also for Raymond. Having closure over his own brother's disappearance, and like I said, for all the other people, the families of the people that disappeared, like what happened to them. We don't know if they were kidnapped, if they were taken into some sort of like what is it? Like slave trade or something, I don't know. I think that if I was in Tom's shoes, it would be for closure. It wouldn't so much be for justice. It would be to try to figure out what happened and why. I want to know what happened to my mom. I see. Whatever your motivation is, it's important to reflect on it, because in the end, it might shape the choices that you make. Okay, let's move on to the third card, the last one. As Anna examines the last one, I briefly turn my head and squeeze my eyes shut. I've definitely got a headache building up. Selena, meanwhile, seems to be staring off into the distance, looking distracted. Your third card is a tower. Anna looks at the card again, her eyes narrowing as she tilts it slightly. It's reversed. And that means... She exhales. It means that you're narrowly avoiding disaster. That sounds like a good thing, right? In a way, but a reversed tower can also mean that you're delaying the inevitable, trying to hold things together when they're already set to collapse. Her words settle uncomfortably in my chest. Delaying the inevitable? What am I avoiding? So what? You're saying that something's coming for me? Anna shrugs, but doesn't confirm or deny it outright. I'm saying that whatever's coming, you need to be ready to face it. I swallow hard, my fingers tightening slightly around the edge of the table. A strange feeling creeps up on my spine, like something lurking just outside of my vision, waiting for the right moment to step into the light. So what, or who, is coming for me? I don't think that it's Camille. I think that Camille is probably in the same boat that Tom is, that something is coming for him as well as for Tom, and maybe also for Camille's girlfriend at the Guberniechberg. And maybe that something is also coming for all the other residents of Sipnevo. So I'm gonna say that that something is something in the woods. A different thought creeps in, one that I've been trying to push away. Whatever's in the woods, I'm ready for it. Or at least I have to be. Although as I think that, it's almost as if an odd sound appears at the edge of my hearing. Anna tilts her head slightly, considering my answer. If you're ready, then trust yourself. Don't just let readiness turn into recklessness. A shiver runs through me. I don't know what's out there, but something tells me that I won't be able to ignore it much longer. The tower card still sits on the table between us, an omen. We thank the spirits for your guidance. We humbly ask for any spirit with us to return to your respective abodes. Anna then blows out the candle, leaving a trail of wispy smoke on its wick. So, how do you feel? Well, I don't think that I feel much of anything, but it did make me consider a lot of things. That's good to hear. By the way, we're going to my mom's house soon. Do you want to stay here with Otto, or do you want to go home? Because we can drive you. I wouldn't mind spending more time with Otto tonight. Sure thing. I'm going to go take a toilet break. Anna gets up to her feet and goes to the toilet, leaving just Selena and me. I had fun. It's a bit spooky, but I think it went well. I nod. Tom? Yeah? Her expression is frozen, her eyes locked onto the candle. The candle. It's glowing. I turn towards it. Sure enough, a tiny flame flickers on top of the wax, yet its light barely reaches the edges of the room. A chill creeps up my spine as I try to blow it out, but... Tom! What's that? Her voice trembles. I follow her gaze and look up. Above us, a swirling mass of darkness churns like a stormy cloud, its shape shifting, like an eye staring us down. No way I'm imagining this. Selena is seeing this too. The whole room begins to spin, the walls bending, twisting. My head, it's getting heavy and heavier. Tom! Fuck. Tom! To be continued. Ooh, spooky stuff is happening yet again. If I recall correctly, at the very beginning of the story, when you get lost in the woods and you're trying to look for Miss Novak, if you go in the wrong direction and I believe follow the voices or something, you end up having a hand come right through your torso, or I should say Tom's torso, and presumably kill him. The hand also had eyes, I believe, either eye or eyes. I don't remember fully. So it's probable that what they just saw on the ceiling is that very same thing. So yeah, it's following them, or at the very least, it's following Tom. What it wants to do to him, we don't know yet. So yeah. Anywho, like I said, for the tarot card reading, I actually already did that, and 2 out of the 3 cards were different for me this time around. I don't know if that's by design or what. But yeah. Also, the little lesbian cake was kind of like a nice touch. But yeah, it seems like there is something that is after Tom. I don't believe that it's Camille, and I believe that Camille is a victim of whatever it is that is after Tom. I believe that maybe he was trying to warn him in his own sort of weird way. Perhaps he knew that Tom might have some ability to, like, I don't know, see something. I also have to wonder if perhaps this thing is also going to go after Selena now that she can see it. If that's going to put her in danger. What else? It is nice to see that Tom's father is sort of seeing the error of his ways in the way that he's behaving, and that he wants to be a better person for his son. Whether it's a little too late, I don't know, but like at the very least he's attempting to do it. It's also good that him and Markus are talking, because I mean, they're both the adults in Tom's a life that care about him, and they shouldn't be at each other's throat, because that's, like, as they said, it's only going to be making things worse for Tom if they're at each other's throats. They need to be working together. Otto. I kind of feel that Otto is not... I kind of feel like something bad is going to happen with him. Whether it's because he doesn't face up to, the fact that he needs to come out, or the fact that he really messed up and he did really put a lot of people in danger. And it's not just Tom and his sister. It also could have put his family, his parents, in danger. Because, I mean, loan sharks are they're nothing to mess around with. They will break your bones. What else? I don't know. Really, really happy that the story released again. This is one of my favorite stories right now to read. One of my favorite mystery/horror visual novels, because it like balances out everything really nicely. It doesn't just full and lean into horror, full and lean into mystery or whatever, and like the characters are likable. I'm not just saying that because I'm thinking of another visual novel that's sort of similar. But I do like Cienie. I should become a Patreon for it. They deserve the money. Anyway, so what are your thoughts so far? Write it down in the comments, and thank you all for watching/listening. If you would like to play Cienie yourself, you can do so by going down into the link in the description, which would have a direct link for the itch.io page, where you can download the game and play it yourself. Or if you would like to support the project, you can, go down to the other link that has their Patreon link, where, you could become a member, support them, get early access to builds of Cienie, and depending on the tier that you pick, you can actually get, a picture of your persona or whatever it is that you want, in the credits. And yeah, this is a good visual novel. Support them. Do it. But yeah. Anyways, also, in case you want to become a channel member, get earlier access to these videos as they're being scheduled, it does help support me and the channel. Or you could support me through Ko-fi too. That's nice too. It's appreciated. Any support is appreciated. Also, word of mouth, in case somebody that likes visual novels but doesn't know where to start or doesn't want to read them, then, point them to my videos. Give the video a like, share it, subscribe to the channel, do all that other stuff. But yeah, so I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.